this station here is going to focus on learning how to play around the boards and how to win a ground ball in a 1v1, we call them 50-50 ground balls, when it's you and someone else contesting a ground ball right in front of you. So the way the drill is going to work, we're going to have the same drill going on two sides. We're actually going to have a little mini box net facing the boards, probably about 10 yards off on both sides. And then you're going to have one team surrounding this area of the court, going from the boards to the cage and kind of like a horseshoe, and the same thing on the other team. So you have the white versus the blue team. And on this side, same thing, white versus blue team. And in this drill, the player that's closest to the boards are the next one that are going to step in to compete in this 1v1, call them 1v1 box GBs. Okay, so the drill is going to start with your white player facing the boards, okay, and then you got your blue player facing the boards. You got your coach over here with a bucket of balls. And once that coach kind of throws that ball into play, we use those Swag-Slax balls. They're really nice because they don't bounce, they kind of just hit and die, and they don't roll too far away. Once that ball hits the boards, they're going to compete for that ground ball. Now, here's a few things that are, our points of emphasis in this drill. First thing is recognize where's the ball coming from, okay? Where is the ball, okay? Where is the ball relative to the person that I'm contesting the ground ball against? So the first thing is just recognition. Notice where the ball is, notice where you are. Right? The second thing is really, really important here. So what happens is both the guys and the girls, as they enter the box rink, they need to understand how to play with boards. In the field game, if I'm going up against Bob here and he's running near the sideline, a thing that you're taught to do is kind of drive him out, all right? Drive him out of bounds. Or if we're fighting for a ground ball, you might be taught to maybe push him out of bounds, get him out of the way. But when you're around the boards, you got to be very careful of that, right? You can't push from behind, all right? You can't push someone into the boards. That's how someone gets seriously injured, and those are things that we're trying to avoid. So instead of pushing, all right, we want to box out. We want to get nice and low, all right? We want to kind of stick our rear into the person we're competing against, get our backhand down, all right? And in the box rink, which is a little unique to playing outside, the ground is a little bit slicker. So you can actually have your stick a lot more vertical when you're picking up ground balls. And what I mean by that is, in the field game, your stick is kind of taught to be parallel to the ground. You get that backhand down. In the box game, you can actually have your stick a lot more vertical because the ground is a lot more slick, and you can actually pick up ground balls in tight areas like that, which allows you to win some ground balls. So that's something that we like to teach, is keeping our stick a little more vertical in the box rink to pick up those balls. So get that stick vertical, get nice and low, and then once you do pick up the ground ball, even though you're in a tight area here, let's say the white team picks it up and wins it, try to run to space. If you want, you can use your teammate for a pass, and then get that ball right back, and you can get a shot off on goal. So that's our 1v1 box ground ball drill that we're going to be doing on both sides of the field, and it's a really good way to work on contested ground balls near and around the boards. Okay.
Only thing I would add is if you don't win the ground ball, like in any drill, you're not going to win all the time. Don't give up. You have to really play defense. You want to make your teammates better, and you want to continue to compete. It's not over until the ball's either in the net or whatever the end of the drill is, if it's passed back to the coach. So really focus on, sometimes you're just not going to win the ground ball, but stay in the fight and, play real good defense and try to get the ball back. Always make contact and try to keep that player from getting what they want, whether it be a pass or a shot.
Also, another good point, just if you're that player on the outside, not only be there as a support for your teammate, if a ball kind of trickles towards you, use your feet or your stick to keep it in play. All right, it's just a good way to keep everyone engaged and activated in the drill, even if you're not the person fighting for the ground balls. Okay.